run it, man.
Aye.
Hayes, what you got for me?
Durag Diaries, yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another match preview. You guys know what time it is by now. North London derby settings. Yeah, enough bands, enough chalk, all of it to get thrown out this weekend. Because I don't know about you, Jay. I smoke. Yeah,
I smell smoke in the air, bro. It's smoky over here in North London, man. I'm smelling smoke.
that's what I'm saying, bro. I'm smelling blood. I'm feeling like a vampire right now. I've got a taste in my mouth and I'm fiending for it. And, you know, them Reds over there, they're coming to our home thinking that they're going to be comfy. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for them. But before we get into any of that good stuff, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Road to 5K. Can't lie, the consistency's not been there. I've even gone down in subs. I've been seeing people, they're like, yo, fuck Jords, he's not posting. I'm unsubscribing. And I hear it. I probably would have done the same thing. So fuck me, innit? Fuck me. I hear it. But I'm back. So get back to subscribing, get back to sharing, get back to doing all that good stuff, liking the video. And also don't forget, Jay has a channel as well. So you can get at Jay's channel, Jay from the K Live, right there. Not hard to find. Make sure you guys go do that. I'm going to put it in the title, in the description, all of that good stuff, so you literally can't miss it as well.
I'm back now, chat. I'm back. Jay's back. He's back.
Yeah, man, we all took a little hiatus. It wasn't just me, people. We all did. You know how it was? I think every Spurs fan, like, respectfully needed a mental health break. We did. Like, you know, for far too long, they've been telling us, fuck men's mental health, fuck men's mental health. Spurs were saying it too. Spurs are basically putting middle fingers up saying, fuck your mental health. And I said, George, you know what? We're going to take a break. And we all took a little break around Christmas, enjoyed the family time, New Year. But we're back now. Yeah, and we're ready for this weekend where it's going to get live. Yeah. Today is TUDOR. Jay, what are you saying, man? It's good to be back.
No, it's good to be back, obviously. It's always love being on this channel, man. Big up the chat as well. I'm seeing loads of familiar faces. Kiros is asking us, are we war ready? Mate, I've been on a crusade for the last 12 hours, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I've been on a crusade for 12 hours straight. Don't run from me. Understand something. This year will be the year, yeah, Jords, where we remind them that you guys and us are the same. We're the same. We're one in the same. You're just Super Saiyan, Tottenham. That's it. I said it before. I say it again. You know, when Goku goes Super Saiyan God, yeah, you got the red hair. That's cool. But you will forever be just another club in London, bro. And on Sunday, we're going to show you that. We're going to show you that.
See, I thought you were going to go down the Vegeta route. I thought you were going to say you'll just be another monkey, bro.
You know what I'm saying? After the events in football recently, I have to remember what side I'm on. You know what I mean? I don't want them to think I'm on the wrong side of this fence. No, but G-Thing, I'm confident, bro. I actually have confidence. Not that we'll go out there and slap them over, bro. But this is massive for us. This is an important cog in our season, bro. We have to turn. We need a turn, and we need it now. And Tudor's coming. We know about Tudor already. Well, I do already. Do you know what I'm saying? Mr. Free at the back, high line, and that. He's a madman. But listen, if he's gonna come in and galvanize this team and get us over, bro, do it, man. I don't care at this point. I know we won't finish higher than 14th, maybe 15th. I know that's not gonna happen. Just keep me away from relegation, innit? I'm not going to Holloway next season. I'm not doing that.
I'll be real, yeah. Championship football is something I've never even imagined in my life. You know, there's games
Never.
on fucking Tuesday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturday
I've
night.
never been to a championship game ever.
I'm trying to think if I have. I feel like I may have been to a championship game before. But even so, I would go into a Spurs championship game. Now that's a different level of football that I'm not trying to be at. So no, we're all in agreement there, man. Look, the standard for what we judge Tudor's season is very low. It's very simple for him. His job: come in, get 3 or 4 wins. You know, get us into that sort of, like you say, mid-table, out of the relegation scrap. Brings confidence, bring some of that feel-good factor back to Spurs. Just win the home games. That's the biggest thing. If you can go, fuck all the away games. If you just stay unbeaten at home until the end of the season, whether that's a couple draws and a couple wins, just stay unbeaten at home. You'll win the fan base over. Spurs just need feel-good factor back at home. That's the biggest thing and biggest reason why Ange Postecoglou and Thomas Frank have been hated over the past, let's say, 12 to 18 months. That home record has been so bad. Like, imagine going into your own yard and you can't take your shoes off. You're walking around your yard and your fucking trainers got all mud on them. You don't feel comfy in your own yard, bro.
This is bro, a man can't come to my house and tell me take my crepes off. Are you mad? Are you mad, bro? You can't come into my domain and tell me wash them dishes, bro. Are you insane?
Literally.
Go scrub the bathroom.
Going on. Man's been ordered around your own yard. It's been dark times, but it's like you say there, yeah. This is a big, huge game for us. Important in the fact of the timing. Arsenal, 2 wins in 7 at the moment, are falling apart. Pretty much in free fall, fam. These man have got butterflies at the top. You know, you man ever been on a roller coaster? You've been on a ride, stealth, full park. You get to the top of there. You're ahead of everyone. Once you reach that butterflies, your belly starts twisting and turning. It happens to Arsenal every single time. They're ahead of the pack. They're clear of everyone else. And they just start to get a little bit scared. The stomach's turning. Oh, shit. We're too far ahead, bro. I don't know if we can handle this pressure. And this is that perfect point. Last year, this time, they dropped points to West Ham, dropped points to Nottingham Forest, and they dropped points in another game preceding that as well. And it was all in the back end of February. Yet again, this year, drop points in Brentford, drop points at Wolves, and it looks like they may drop points at Spurs. So I'm looking ahead to this
against Forest as well.
It was Forest, yeah. It was Forest. Was it Forest? And what you mean a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
And they've been dropping points every now and then.
And then they lost to United as well. Yeah, they've been dropping.
And they lost to United. Yeah. And they lost to United. So they've been on a horrible run. But like this time, yet again. And you know what it is, Jay, bro? Because we've been on the panel since the start of the season. They were celebrating back in October. They were doing the thing that they hated us for. Remember when we had Mourinho, Spurs top of the table, 11 games in? Oh, you won the league. You won the league in October. This is the same thing they were doing this season. League's done in October. League's done. It's over. We're already the champions elect. They were doing all of this stuff. Yet for them to get to February and the arse is blown out of their backside, all of them are starting to get scared now. Oh, Man City's coming. They're still ahead and they still think they're losing. That's the mentality of Arsenal. So I think that we could take advantage of that this weekend. And you touched on the football side of things there, but I want you to focus on Arsenal because I'm not being funny, they're the manufacturers of their own downfall, right?
100%, bro. This is like, I said this to these men yesterday. They didn't want to hear it because, of course, whenever a Tottenham fan speaks, they just assume that we only watch Tottenham play football. Yeah, that was me running back. Big up Ida. Oh. You know what I'm saying? They assume that we only watch Tottenham. Yeah. These men are the architects of their own downfall every single time, bro. Look at their squad. I said this before, yeah, and this is where my confidence comes from. They asked me about confidence. I'll tell you where my confidence comes from. Saka, yeah, is not the Saka. Saka is reverting back to left back Saka. I watched him. I can't remember who it was. Someone played a ball forward and Saka got run down in seconds. Look at the front three. Look at the front three. Look at your careers. All of these, he will pay for that. Don't worry. Hooks, he ran. Bro, we was on Never a Foul the other day, and there was no Arsenal fans. There were no Arsenal fans on the panel or in the chat, George. It was amazing. But 100%, bro. Look at the way Arteta has his team playing. You go to Wigan and you play expansive football, yeah. And then everyone told you if you sit back against Wolves, they are gonna punish you at some point. What do? They go to Molineux and think at 2-1 up, yeah, Arteta's telling his team to waste time. This is what gives me the confidence. If they're 2-1 up at the Lane, they think, oh, we'll just sit 20 minutes to go. Oh, we'll just sit back and wait. That's where we have to punish them. And that's where my confidence is coming from, Jords. Gabriel's got the bozo gene back. Raya, I don't remember the last time Raya saved a shot outside the box, bro. Like, these little things, these are little things that we can use to our advantage, bro. Now, I'm not saying, yeah, that Arsenal aren't a great side, yeah, regardless of whether they drop points or not. They're still Arsenal. They still probably have the most complete squad in the country. However, from watching them drop points in the last however many games, bro, we can get at this team. We can't go to the Lane and sit back, though. We can't go to the Lane and sit back. Not with these players, Jords. It doesn't make any sense to you. It would just be delaying the inevitable. We have to look to put the sword to these man. And Mr. Udan put in the chat there, yeah, TUDOR's record in his first game as interim, 6 wins and 1 draw. Let's make that 7, innit? Let's make that. I'll be okay with a draw, but let's make that 7, innit? I'm not accepting a loss. I'm not tolerating a loss. This stadium, bro, it's been dead all season, George. The atmosphere has to come back today. That atmosphere has to come back. We have to be on it. When that first goal went in at Molineux, you could see the Arsenal players crumbling when they started chanting. They crumbled, bro. They started crumbling. This is our chance, bro. This is our chance to derail the season and save ours. These players have to be up for it, bro. And I low-key think not having Romero here might end up proving to be a blessing in disguise, bro.
I agree. No, I agree. I think Romero in these types of games has proven to us too many times. He's a bit too rash. Can't lead us through in these games. Maybe, you know, he does set pace and give you that energy and excitement you need at times and you know, that passion in a North London derby or just in a rivalry at a big game in general. But at the same time, he makes bad decisions. He's got all of his red cards. Majority of them have come in big games. Champions League game against AC Milan, Manchester City. We're talking Man United, Chelsea.
Away, which I went to, by the way, George, which was the biggest waste of my life ever, bro. It was such a waste of my life, bro. Old Trafford is a shithole, can I just say? It is a shithole. The stories are not lies. It's true. It's a terrible place, bro. They smoke in the state. It's bad. It's bad. It's very bad.
Nah, it's one of them old school stadiums falling apart and them things. Trust me, when I went to Anfield and they were talking big, I went there and I was like, yo, I swear this stadium's leaking. Bro, the corner of the stadium's just open. Like, anyone could just walk through the corner of the stadium. Like, Spider-Man might just come swinging through the middle. Like, there isn't no fucking space to fucking... Like, how have you just got an open part of the stadium in the corner? It's just wide open.
You can just get an Uber to the corner flag, bro.
Live-o, Uber to the corner and climb up them free climbers. My man that was climbing them towers, just climb up the side of the fucking stadium and get in. But, nah, like, in all honesty, though, I think what you said there about TUDOR is key for us. It's key, you know. First, he knows how to get reaction out of the team in his first couple games, in particular, but his first games, always getting wins or draws. A draw would be huge for us just because, like you say, for us in the relegation battle, 1 point is 3 points. Whereas for Arsenal in a title race, 1 point is 0 points. It's a loss. And they can't afford to drop any more points because it puts them in a position where now Manchester City may come back. And or to be fair, if they draw, it's going to be a 3-point swing. So it's going to be in Manchester City's hands to, when they take them to the Etihad, to go out there and win. But Arsenal, like,
game in hand as well, innit?
For me, I think the biggest thing and where it's all going wrong is everyone talks about that squad. You mentioned, you know, their squad's good, one of the best squads in the league. But how often do they actually use that squad? Because they've got a lot of these players. Mikel Arteta has a huge squad of players, but he's never really used them across the season. That midfield duo of Zubimendi and Rice has been apparent in 95% of the games they've played. And it's getting to a point now where you're starting to see Zubimendi look a bit leggy, Rice look a bit leggy. Maybe the connection isn't there. Maybe because they're both tired and not playing at their best and they're struggling mentally, he's not made enough changes in that midfield to even find out who else could be a good pair for Rice or who else could be a good pairing for Zubimendi. We've seen Moreno in there, but it's not really done enough. Moreno's better up top than he is in the midfield.
I mean, they've got Jords, who actually looks like a tidy footballer, bro. I'll be honest,
he looks tidy, but to be honest, whenever I've seen him in that Arsenal system, it doesn't look like it's going to work when he plays against the better teams. Maybe in a game like against Wolves, definitely. There's no reason why he shouldn't be playing, and that's on Arteta for not giving him the chances. Sure, whenever you see him in some of these bigger games and even the Champions League, he does look a bit behind the pace, so maybe not up to scratch with the technical level Arsenal need. But the biggest one, let's be honest, is that let it all work out. Man, like fucking Booker T, bro. Our truth.
You know what I'm saying? Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Yeah, man like our truth, who's just been disappearing for the last 6 months. Like one hat trick against Spurs, a goal against Crystal Palace, and nothing
like
else.
T-Pain.
Yeah, bro. You know, like what are we saying about this guy? Because let's have it right. A lot of us wanted him at Spurs. But a lot of us also said that we know that this is Eze. Eze's a good player, but he's not a top player. And this is the reason why some fans weren't that mad when, we moved on to a player like, like you say, Xavi Simons. Yeah, when you move on to these players that are real top ballers.
My baller, Money Simmons. Simmons. He's my baller.
He's your baller now.
I've been very impressed with him. He's actually the only player that him and Tell. You see how I'm using Tell's name now? You see, this is progression, bro. This is a character development live before your eyes, bro. But no, bro, just to touch on Eze, yeah, I had to put these Arsenal man in their place, bro. These men are talking about, what did Eze do to you last game? Sorry, that's the last goal involvement he's had. So you can do all this talk. It's cute. It's nice. Well done. Let it all work out. Oh, we scored a hat trick at the Emirates against Spurs. But what has he done since then? Because I seem to recall him holding 6 games in a row on the bench and not making an appearance without being injured. That's what I seem to recall. I seem to recall your manager preferring to use Saka in the 10 over him and playing him in the 8. That's what I remember. I don't know if you man remember that, but I remember that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I also remember him coming on against Wolves and doing absolutely nothing like he's done all season. So it doesn't really look like a loss for me. Now, my player's excuse is he's new to the league. He does have to get used to the league. That's my excuse. Eze's been playing in the league for what, 5, 6, 7 years now?
He's only ever played in England.
He's only ever played in England. He's only ever played in the Premier League. He's even played in the Championship, which is arguably more difficult to play in than the league. So what are we really doing here? You have to remind these men. You have to remind them. And you're saying, don't let him turn up for Tottenham. Don't let him rise up for Tottenham. When he was going into the Tottenham game, he was picking up momentum. You man are going into this game with no, there's zero momentum for Arsenal. You have to get yourselves up for this game. You have to get your. This is what I'm saying, bro. Don't talk to me about Eze. No one talk to me about Eze, bro. Because he is a flop of the season that no one is talking about. And more people need to talk about it. Florian Wirtz, man, we're cooking him. He's not looking like a flop now. Eze, though. We're in February, bro. And how many goals has he scored? What, 5 goals? And 3 of them were against us. Like what? Do you know what I'm saying? What are we really doing here?
No, facts. Do you know why? Because this is the same thing Chelsea fans done 2 seasons ago with Nico Jackson when he scored he scored like 6 goals against Spurs in the season, and it was like, yo, we've got a player here. He's a good striker. Look how many goals he scored against you, man. Just for them to go ship him out a year later because he wasn't good enough. Scoring goals against Spurs at our worst is not a barometer to measure your players by. It just doesn't make no sense. Eze had a good time out, had a good day out. And to be fair, that was just horrible defending from Spurs. Let's just have it right, bro. We gave him like fucking acres of space on the edge of the box. He had about 7 shots and he was just passing it into the corners of the goal. But when we're talking about now, going into this game, this Arsenal attack has got nothing for us. They've got no variation. What
Bring
one?
up Kiros's comment. Do you know why this
more
makes
than
no
Polo
sense, bro?
Panani, bigger
Because
flop.
he didn't come in with any expectation to do anything.
He
Mawani
came in on loan for a reason, bro. He's
the
on loan.
consensus was Mawani was a last-minute option because we didn't sign anybody.
Facts.
So when you've got a guy that you hijacked from your biggest rivals, yeah, who meant to come in and carry and help you push to a title, and you're now 5 points clear with a game, and City have a game in hand over you, and you have to play them at their stadium. Who's really the bigger flop here? Also, Mawani did spend the first half of the season out injured. Let's not forget that. Jords had to remind me a couple times, like, yo, the guy has had no minutes.
No, I'm not gonna lie, Jay, though. Like during that time, I've sort of switched to calling him Kolo Panani as well because I just think he's a bit dead, bro.
You know what? Someone called me that in public the other day. Someone called me Mawani in public the other day. I said, I'm never gonna get away from this, am I? I'm never gonna get away from this,
bro. You've even got the frame because Jay's all tall and lanky, and
I'm pretty sure Mawani. How many goals does Mawani have in the Champions League?
Like 3 goals.
It's more than Eze, to be fair. It's more than Eze.
Yeah, no, he's got a couple goals, couple assists, and them things. No, do you know what? For me, yeah, the frustration with Mawani, just whilst we quickly to touch on him, is he's just too like frail, too nimble for the Premier League. The amount of times I've seen him on the ball and he's just getting shoved off, like he's running through on goal. Guys just barging him. He's gone flying into the commercial stand.
So lightweight.
Literally, he's like a feather. And you know, it was clear to see that beforehand, but in the Premier League, like when you watch him in Champions League to the Premier League, it's literally night and day. It's just the physicality in the Champions League is nowhere near the Premier League. So he can get in between players and he looks good because he's dribbling in some space and, you know, he can run a back line when he's in the Champions League. But when he's in the Premier League, he don't really get a lot of space to operate in. Anytime he does get on the ball, it's always, you know, he's battling with someone. And he's just falling over himself. He's missed kickings. He just looks so bad to me. So I've gone past, you know, accept him. You know, it's Kolo Panani now. Like I've accepted it. I ain't even here to try and defend him no more.
Kolo Panani is a wicked name for him.
It's
still.
mad.
But
random,
you know what it is as well? Yeah,
Panani
it's one of them ones, bro. I just genuinely believe, that again, for a player like him, he's not built for this possession-based football, bro. He's not, because his biggest asset is he's very quick. He's very quick, bro. And even when he's dribbling with the ball, he's quite quick. Like, he moves across the pitch very quickly.
Yeah.
That's one thing I rate about him. And he can get a shot off. He's great, lovely. But when we have to have the ball and we rely on him to keep the ball, this is why you're right, bro. He isn't physical enough because even his ability on the ball is not good enough for him to be as lightweight as he is. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not like a Basuma where, yo, the physicality is there, which is another player that we've really missed, by the way. Basuma, bro. I'm not going to lie, we have, bro. If you put him next to Paulinho, I'd rather him.
Bro, he was at fault again, man. When he started the game,
ball better than Benton.
Bro, but how many times does he start big games and then concede goals for us? What game was it? Was it Man City? It was Man City, wasn't it? Where he was doing stupidness again, bro. It's always with him, and that's the thing. Is Basuma, his general style of play is needed. It's good. His
profile is needed.
His profile is great. I like him, his profile, and that's why we signed him. But ultimately, it's the lapses in concentration. It's similar to Romero. Like, Romero's a good player. It's the lapse in concentration where Romero kills himself. But Basuma is the same. And they always, whenever he makes a mistake with Basuma, always leads to a goal. He always makes mistakes in the worst areas where they're now got a 3v1 attack. And you know, we concede a goal. That's the thing.
Don't you think that's a little bit unfortunate though?
Like, nah, it can't be unfortunate if it happens so often. It can't be. And we're talking, he started 5 games. Bro, my man started about 5 games in the last 12 months. 3 of those games it's happened in. That's not even like a coincidence, bro. Because the games are so spread far apart and they still makes the same mistake. So I don't want to see Basuma on the pitch today. We're going to talk a bit about the setups in a little bit, but I just wanted to get back to Arsenal's attack because that's the one bit where I can sit here and have confidence in us. Because Arsenal's defense, it's always gonna be, it's one of the best defenses in the league. Whether we like it or not, they're gonna have some space, they're gonna have some gaps. Like I said, we're seeing Gabriel have a few bozo moments, but they're still the best organized defense in the Premier League. But the attack is where they lack any impetus, because they don't have anyone in there that, you know, creates for themselves. Saka used to do the cut in off the left, chop it, take a couple shots, but doesn't really do that very often. This season hasn't done it at all. You've got players like Martinelli who can only score in the FA Cup, Champions League, doesn't do anything in the Premier League. You've got Trossard who only gets on the end of things and, you know, first-time finisher, but away from that, doesn't give you enough in the all-round style of play. They literally only play out to the wings. I've been watching Arsenal's passing maps and their progressor maps. They don't play through the middle. And that's where we're going to have some joy in this game, because we're going to be playing with a three out the back. We're going to take advantage of the fact that we can get narrow, we can get tight, and they're going to push the ball out to those wide areas. But we're going to give them the space out there because they don't do enough in those wide areas. You've got players like Madueke. You said it yourself. They start Saka in the 10 to play Madueke out on the wing, when Madueke doesn't offer anything on the wing. Madueke beats his man, runs into open space, and then hits it into Rosie. Like, there isn't nothing for you to worry about when Madueke. You let him get past you. Let Madueke get past you. He's going to lose the ball. That's part of his game. So when I'm looking at this Arsenal attack, I just know for myself, I'm like, the only way they can score is corners. The only way they're going to score is set pieces. It's going to be something.
I said we will be our own downfall. This is what I mean, George. You're spot on, bro. I don't fear Arsenal. Arsenal isn't where any fear of us losing this game comes from. Big up yourself, bro.
I like Manny.
Arsenal is not where any fear of losing this game comes from. It comes from us shooting ourselves in the foot. Because how many times have we conceded a goal, passing out the back, Vicario comes for a corner and misses the ball, give the ball away in a half turn, in a half space, on a halfway line, no pun intended. These are how we concede goals. If you go back and watch every goal we've conceded, 90% of them have come from an error, from a player making an error. That's the reality. So my fear comes from us shooting ourselves in the foot. Now, with that being said, you make a great point, bro. Their attack is shizer. It's not good. With players like Saka, if they start Saka on the wing, which is what I'm hoping Saka and Trossard start. I'll be honest with you, I want Saka and Trossard to start. We have to press the line. We have to start so high up, bro. Because I don't have a problem. I don't fit. These players they're tired, bro. They're leggy. They're tired. We can give them the runaround, and by the 60th minute, they're huffing and puffing. The only problem is, if we're going to go for the game, we have to kill it off early. Because they can bring players on. We can't. That is one thing we do have to be. We have to be, Jords, we have to be honest here. They can bring players off the bench that we can't bring off the bench. We don't have the option. So we either sit in and because, you know, as the game gets on, I noticed this about them as well, especially their attackers. As the game goes on and they get more and more desperate for goals, they start naturally just shifting higher up the pitch. They start leaving space everywhere. Yeah. This is how Wolves kept getting in. Wolves kept sneaking in. But that's how that Mane guy even got so much space to put that cross in. It was a dead cross, but do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can either wait till the end. We can either hold on. Yeah. Hold on and just let their attack burn themselves out. Or we can just we can do the Vegeta thing, yeah, and absolutely mangle their spirit, bro, and just ruin them. Either way, I'm confident that I'll even go out on a limb and say this, bro. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. I'm confident we can get 3 points. I'm confident we can get 3. If we follow the game plan, yeah, and we look at and actually look at how Arsenal have played, yeah, and we play to their weaknesses, bro, there's no reason why we can't get 3 points. Sunderland got 3 points against these, man. I'm not having it, bro. Yeah, I'm not having it. That dusty United side, even though they beat us, that dusty United side got 3 points against them. We can get 3 points against them. I'm sorry, we can.
3 points definitely up for the taking, and I'm not gonna sit here and try to downplay what you're thinking, because it makes sense totally. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm just going, yo, why not? Like, why can't we get 3 points? It's a team that's they're having problems. This is a team that's down on their mentality. They're going to be looking around right now, and more pressure is on them than any game this season. They already have pressure on the fact that it's a North London derby. There's already pressure on the fact that it's away from home, but it's more pressure knowing that they have to win. And their players hate having that pressure. They hate having to turn up.
Didn't get 3 points against them. Sorry, no, they
got a draw.
They got a draw. They didn't get 3 points against them. That's my mistake. They drew. My point is,
they took points away from them.
They took points off them.
Yes.
So if these teams can take points off, if Brentford can take points off them, we can take points off them. Wolves can take points off them. We can 100% take points off them.
There's no reason why we shouldn't. And you know, one key thing you said it there was regarding our squad, because we are going into this, and we're gonna find out a bit later today regarding some players returning. Because I've had some news. Yeah. I had some news to say Porro should be back. Richarlison should be back. Now, Mr. Udang's
I never thought I'd say this, but thank you. Richie's back. I don't know why I'm happy, but bro, it feels like we've been starved, bro. It feels like
I don't know, man. I can't even lie. I've been so happy to have Solanke.
Kulusevski's return date yesterday said the 10th of June. I've just checked it again. It says the 30th of July now. They're saying he might not play football again, bro.
Oh yeah, to be fair, no, but see, I see clips of him like playing every now and then, doing little things, but yeah, I can't even lie, it's not looking good for Kulusevski.
That type of injury, man, I feel so bad, man. That's actually
it's the same injury of what got to R9, isn't it? It's the same injury that took out R9, or either R9 or Adriano, one of them, where it was like a knee injury that fucked up their whole career. Patellar injuries are bad. Yeah, it's unfortunate, like hella unfortunate for Kulusevski, because like you say, he's one of our favorite players, bro. You might remember me when it comes to Kulusevski versus anyone in the league.
I named my cat after him, bro.
Literally, facts. Literally, Kulu, bro. Man, like Kulu. Man, it feels so. Honestly, it's feeling so weird to not have Kulu around after such a, because he was really pushing on last season, and I felt like if he had some of the creative players that he had around him this year, you know, the likes of Xavi Simons, people that he could bounce off of more, the young players that actually have that real creative spark about them, still that ruthless edge about them, he can really start to push on in his game. He's missed that at Spurs over the last couple of years, and unfortunate for him, but I would hopefully, I've been seeing Maddison's back on the grass. Maybe Maddison might be able to get back before the end of the season. It would be good to have him back in the squad, just the senior, the leadership, able to have someone.
They're going to give him the armband next season.
Oh, 100% Maddison's captain. That's not even like a question.
I think they're going to give. That's why they got him doing this PR run that he's on right now. Yeah,
little YouTube channel thing. They pushed him and said, yeah, do your vlogs.
Yeah, do the vlog, do the PR thing. You know, get rid of that. He's going to be the captain next season. I'm not against it, but yeah, man.
Do you know what? Yeah, I've got to a point now where, like, when I look at our team, we probably need a character like Maddison about. You need someone who can. Because one thing, like, whether, you know, because we've all argued about Maddison quite a bit because he's up and down with his performances and the way he fits in the team and so on. But we have to be honest, he's someone who all the players respect, all the players look up to. Everyone wants, like, if you've ever watched any of his vlogs, everyone's happy when they're around Maddison. That's the type of person that you need to be captain. Romero's great.
Just Tottenham, bro. I'll be honest. He's just Tottenham. I'll be honest, yeah. For years back, everyone has said this, if there was any club he was going to join, it was always Spurs. I knew he was going to join Spurs from when he was at Leicester. That season Conte came in, I wanted him at Tottenham. I kept saying, please, go sign Maddison. But we just didn't play the system for him. If they build this team, bro, listen, that's another conversation, isn't it? But it's good to know that we're getting some of our players back, man. I don't know about Bergvall. When's Bergvall?
Bergvall's got a couple of months. You're looking potentially April. He'd be less. Kudus as well around April.
May, bro.
Yeah, it's. I can't even lie. I don't even. Half of these players that are out, I don't even know half of the injuries they got. I just know they're out, and they ain't got timelines to come back.
Bentancur's got MCL, I think you said.
Bentancur's one's pretty bad. Bentancur's done, man. I'll be honest, he's done. Like, his body's falling apart. He was looking rubbish before the season. As at the start of the season, you got Destiny. Odegaard's ACL, he's done.
That wasn't nice, man. That's again. That, you know, that's like the 5th ACL tear we've had in our team now. Like,
and it's always the younger players. It's always the players that are building up some form. That's what I've clocked. It's once like, because Odegaard actually started over the last month or two. You started to look at Odegaard as one of our best attackers. Like, although he wasn't bagging bare goals or nothing, when you needed
But
someone to
he
get up on
gave
the
us
pitch,
something.
give you a spark, he was that player. And to lose him at such a key point in the season was horrible. But do you know what? Now we do have what I was getting onto is Solanke, man. I'm so glad to have Solanke back because Solanke's looked sharp. He's looked good. He's looked ready to go.
You got that fire in him again, man. I like to see it. It's good to see. It is good to see. It's good to see, man.
Yes, and do you know what? One thing, you know, we spoke about Kolo Muani earlier. He played under Igor Tudor the back end of last season. He was the manager that brought him in January, managed to get something out of him for Juventus. And to be honest, he was the manager that wanted him back. He would literally argued with the Juventus board to get him back into the team. Tottenham ended up getting him because Juventus were like disrespectful to PSG with like their bids or some shit like that. But I remember Tudor being angry. He was fuming that he couldn't get Muani. So we may see sort of I think the front three, we're probably going to see, let's talk about the setup, a 3-4-3. If people haven't really looked into the Igor Tudor system, how he tends to set up is, you know, 3 at the back, 2 double pivots, wide, high and wide wing backs, and then you have 2 number 10s behind the striker. I think it's likely to be Simmons and Muani as the 2 10s behind Solanke. And then obviously we throw Spence and potentially if Porro's back in, maybe even Sousa. Sousa might be used. I haven't actually
might be used as well.
Hey, big up man, he's in the building. What you saying, man?
Yo, how you doing, guys? How you doing, man? It's been a long time.
You good?
Oh wait, let me change this.
I'm good, man. I'm good, and I like that talk that you were talking in regards to this game, man. Because listen,
we've been in the mud. We've got to elevate ourselves now, man.
Listen, I'm telling you, I was deep in things, and I was thinking, you know what? We're in a relegation battle at the moment, right? But this point is not what's gonna keep us up. It doesn't matter. We need to get these points for what is going on in the title race. It's criminal. It will be criminal from these players to take points off City and not take points off these lot. I am telling you now, there is no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. They need to go out there and rise. They need to rise. They got points of City with Thomas the terrorist. They have to rise with Igor the Tudor. I'm telling you, man, I don't want to hear nothing.
Eagle, man.
Bro, I don't want to hear nothing. I am ready for that game. That's all I keep thinking about. I'm at work and I was like, right, let me see who's online. Let me see who's streaming. I was like, yo, my boy Jords is streaming. Let me jump on because we've got to talk. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gassed. After that game on Wednesday, I am gassed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Bro, and they're gonna call me shameless. They're gonna call me shameless. Bro, they're gonna call me shameless. I don't care. I do not care about shamelessness. I am shameless. I own it. Bro, I'm ready.
I love that energy. Keep bringing that. And do you know what? It's like you say, it's funny because the Arsenal dropping points in consecutive games like breathe life back into Tottenham fans' season. We're like, yo, hey, I'm just about to be hey. It's like compressions. Hey, you know that tune? yeah, and he's getting up there. Man's got up now. Man's up. Man's just I'm flying. I'm dancing. I'm in the groove now. It's like all of us have come back. Do you know what it is, yeah? Because there could be nothing worse than being in a relegation battle. I don't think other fans actually understand. Like being in a relegation battle and then seeing your biggest rivals who haven't won a title in plus years win a title. Like that would generally be the worst season in the history of Spurs. Like you couldn't get any worse.
Only at Tottenham, man. Only at Tottenham would Arsenal be going for the league. And we're looking like for 90 minutes of that West Ham game, the United, I was like, rotting, like we are going down, you know, bro. I
celebrated United's goal.
Bro,
I celebrated.
Jay, the way I celebrated the Shesko goal, yeah, my missus was there. She was like, why are you celebrating? It's not even your team. I'm like, bro, don't chat to me about it not being my team. This is my team today. I'm telling you, bro. Oh,
No, it was
man.
needed. It was definitely needed. But you know what? Getting into some of the more specifics surrounding the game, Manny, what do you think will be key for our setup? Because obviously, Igor Tudor, new setup. But one thing we do know, and one thing he acknowledged in his sort of his first interview that I really liked, is he acknowledged that he has a system, but he knows he won't be able to play his ideal system because he has to adapt it to the players. And he's going to work with the players this week to figure out what the best way is to work with these players, what system works best for them, and how the approach will be. With your mind going forward, and obviously he's still going to incorporate his system, but he's going to make some adaptations to fit in with our players and what we've got available. What do you think is going to be key for him to implement going up against this Arsenal team?
Mate, I think there are two things, right? I think the first thing he has to do, which he's very good at, right? He's very good at, is bringing that belief back to this team, because with obviously everyone knows where I stood with Ange, right? And everyone knows that loads of people wanted him out. I didn't want him out, etc. If there is one thing that we all agree, whether you wanted him out, you didn't want him out, is that he was a motivator, right? He would make you believe in the cause. We went from that to someone who literally came through the door and was like, if there is one thing I will let you know, is that we're gonna lose games. And then he goes, oh, the true fans. So we've gone through a process of 7 months of players not having belief. Like, the players are bad, but they're not 15th, 16th level of bad, in my opinion. And they've lost that belief. They've lost the belief of playing football. They've lost the belief of having the ball and actually believing in themselves. They don't have any belief whatsoever. And I think Tudor's first thing that he has to do is bring that belief back into these players. We've got ourselves in a situation where Arsenal are coming to our stadium needing 3 points. Like, there is no if, buts, maybes, nothing. They need 3 points. They've got huge pressure at the moment, so they're going to come out all guns blazing. And I feel like that midfield is also going to be key. You were saying, you mentioned that obviously Tudor's plays free at the back, right? Obviously, we've got only Van der Ven and Dragusin at the moment as centre back. So I'm not sure whether he's going to play.
Archie Gray will probably play there.
Oh, you reckon Archie Gray? Because I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking.
Because we've got Basuma and Sarr available now, innit?
Exactly. Sarr's available. Sarr's available. Sarr's available. Gallagher is available, and I feel like
a decent little. Okay, cool. We've got something there. We've got
something there, and I think if he gives, and I think Jords, was it Jords or Jay that was talking about Bissouma, right?
It was me, yeah.
And I fully agree. I fully agree with that. However, we do know what Bissouma can do when his head is screwed on. Like that final against United, there was no way we were losing that final, even though we had no tens in that team. But that is not because of their ability. Yeah. It's purely because of the mentality. So he has to get into the heads, and we have to fight for every ball, because you know how Arsenal behave when they are rattled. If we rattle these lot, we will get under their skin. We can do something. I'm telling you. Listen, I said he was motivated anyone during the Premier League, bro.
You know what I also say though, yeah. As much as that is true, and all of this is what he's saying.
Big up to Don as well for the raid.
Big up Don for the raid as well. Big up Don. But the big thing for me, yeah, is going to be us, bro. And look, yeah, I'm gonna preach a little bit here, yeah. Anyone that is going to this game on Sunday, please, bro. These man. I've been booing this season as well, bro. Thomas Frank's face came on the screen. I booed it. Do you know what I'm saying? Boo, boo. We've been booing all season. Yeah, trust me, I've been booing all season, bro. Romero came over to the corner flag at Old Trafford to clap us, and I booed him. So trust me, I get the sentiment, but they need us. These men need us, bro. It's all good the manager putting the belief in, but they have to go out and play in front of 60,000 people every week, bro. They need to know that we're behind them as well, innit? So
100%.
we are a big part. We're gonna be a
100%.
big, not only to get into these players' heads, but we have to get into their heads as well, bro. Because we know what they're like. We know what they're like. Atmosphere, they get rattled. They get rattled. They crumbled against Southampton, yeah, because the their away end at the Emirates, the limbs. Don't you remember the limbs when Southampton made it 3-3?
Bro, 100%.
We've seen this story before, bro. If you're bringing Dele Alli back, bring him in the dressing room. Because you know what? He's played the North London derby. Fuck it, he's played the North London derby. Do what you have to do to get these players to understand. We've lost every London derby this season, barring Brentford and Palace, I think. That's unacceptable.
Bro, but do you know the last time we have not won against Arsenal in the last 7 outings? The last time we won against them was 2022 under Conte. Yeah. If that is not motivation enough,
3-0 win at home, innit?
3-0. If that's not motivation enough, I don't know what it is. And you're spot on, Jay. The fan base, turn up early. I am getting there early. I am getting there to see the Arsenal fans.
Bro. I'm ready.
Bro, I'm getting there to see the Arsenal fans walk that Seven Sisters Road. I am not playing on Sunday. Listen, I'm telling you, I am there live. Everyone should come in. And if you leave that stadium and you have not lost your voice, you've not done your job. You've not done your job. I'm telling you now. Like, there is a lot at stake, you know. There is a lot at stake. Because even if we survive and these lot win the league, it's long for man. It's long. You know what I mean? We need to do everything possible. We've got to get a point at the very least. At the very least. That is why I've jumped onto the stream. I'm at work. I've got deadlines, and I'm here. I'm galvanizing the troops, bro. Don't play with me. This is the week.
Energy, bro. I'm feeling.
Nah, facts. This is the energy we need.
Jords. You know the spirit bomb.
Man's got his hands up in the air. He's collecting that energy, yo.
Right now.
Bring that energy. Everyone in Spurs.
We need
facts. We definitely need that energy.
And listen, if we lose, it's fine because Jords is the one that goes onto the panels, isn't it, and represents us. So
we're on the front line taking the smoke. But trust me, Jords, if you're not confident, Jords, if you weren't confident before, I hope.
Oh no! I was already like. I was getting into this game, and you know me.
Whether we say chest high.
I had my chest out regardless, man. When in the first game of the season at the Emirates, I was telling man, I was doing synopsis on why we're gonna win, bruv. Yeah, I had whole diagrams and pictures as to why Spurs were gonna break down the Arsenal system and all of this. It went wrong, but we're back here anyway. We're back here, and you know what? You mentioned one thing that is going to be key, Manny, and it is that midfield battle. I'm not going to lie. Because, you know, when we're getting into sort of the tactical setup and how the game's going to play out, all this, you know, the mentality, the fans, everything is going to make a huge difference. But we have to be honest. Arsenal's midfield across the season, let's not talk about the last couple of games, across the season has been one of the best, like because of that pivot of Zubimendi and Rice, the balance it gives them, the ability to progress the ball through the middle, something that we just haven't been able to do all season. And when you look at playing the pivot, I'm going to be honest and say I would like to see Gallagher and Sarr, you know, because of the amount of space that they can cover, because of, you know, the ability we're going to need 2 dogs in the midfield. But at the same time, I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly concerned. I am slightly concerned because they are already 2 real senior midfielders available, and the technical level is on the floor with that. So I do have some concerns regarding how we are going to progress the ball in this game and how we're going to get through their midfield. Because let's have it right. When you talk about Rice and Zubimendi, they are 2 of the best players at breaking down the game. Whether on the ball, sometimes they struggle, and Zubimendi, I've seen it on the ball struggle. He breaks down the game. He breaks down the play. So how do you guys think that we are gonna, you know, combat that issue? How do we go about that? Because you know, Gallagher and Sarr, it doesn't fill you with much confidence on the ball. Off the ball, great. They're gonna cover. They're gonna get to everything. But on the ball, you know, it's a bit spooky.
Do you think? So a question for both of you, yeah. Xavi Simons. We spoke a lot. We spoke about Xavi Simons earlier, yeah. But I think if there's a game, yeah, where we're gonna need that, we need that spark. We saw how Madison always turns up against Arsenal whenever we play them. I'll be honest, he does. He gives us something. Xavi, I hate to say it because you're your own guy, bro. Big up Taro in the chat as well. You're your own guy, Madders, Xavi. But we need you to be our Madison on Sunday. We need Xavi to be pulling strings all over the gaff. Xavi, for me, Xavi, Gallagher, Van der Ven, and Solanke are the 4 key players to 3 points this weekend. We get Solanke involved in their box. He will get his head on something. He'll get his foot on something. We'll get a goal. We need Xavi because we need him pulling strings. Yeah, we need Van der Ven to keep his cool because I'm not gonna lie. Against Newcastle, he was rattled, bro. Like he was rattled. His head was on Mars, and right now, he's probably he's the captain right now. We need him to keep his cool. And who was the last player I said? Gallagher. Gallagher is the energy. He has to be the heartbeat of the team. He has to. You said off the ball. You're spot on. Off the ball, he needs to be here, there, everywhere, bro. We have to be on their necks. If you're not gonna be on the football, that's fine. But don't give them space. Don't give them no space to operate. Don't let them operate. We have to shut these lot down. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm in a group with all the fans that sit in the South Stand, yeah? There's about 40 of us in this group. Everyone is excited for this weekend. I think that I really like what TUDOR said in his interview when he came in. I thought I'm like, yeah. So my next question to you lot is, if he wins us all these games, yeah, let's say, I don't know.
You are jumping, Jack.
If he wins all these games, would you say, yeah, he should keep the job? Or do you think, he's still got to go?
Nah. He's already done it, innit? He's already done it multiple times. He's gone to Lazio, he's gone to Udinese, he's gone to Verona, he's gone to Marseille, and he's had a great start every single time. I read a stat whereby he's never lost his first game in charge of any club that he's been at, right? And every time they've given him the job permanently, my man has just fumbled the bag. So I don't want to see him. I can't go through another manager sacking next season. I'm sorry to say, right? But sorry, back onto Jords' point, Jords' question initially, right? From my perspective, so when we went to the Emirates, a few months ago, we played 3 at the back. Well, what was supposed to be 3 at the back and 2 wing backs, right? The issue we had is that what Arteta did is that he pushed Saka and whoever it was on the other side. I can't remember whether it was Trossard or Martinelli. He pushed them so far up the flanks that back 3 turned into a back 5, right? And once it turned into a back 5, what he did is he literally overloaded the midfield. So it meant that whoever we had in that midfield too was not able to cover ground. And that's how they beat us, because we were lining up. And obviously, Thomas Frank, literally, I don't know what the tactic was, right? But that is what beat us. We can't fall into that trap again. Xavi Simons has to drop in to make up that 3-man midfield. He has to. Because, George, you're saying Saar and haven't got the tech. Spot on. Xavi has. So he has to come in, collect the ball, and drive us up the field or pass through the channels. And as soon as Xavi gets the ball, our wing backs have to be bombing through. Yeah. They have to start running down the channel and give us more option for that passage of play. That's the only way, because you mentioned Zuma Mendy has been iffy with regards to his passing. Even with his iffiness, it's still above our passing ability. You know what I mean? Like, the levels are a different stratosphere, man. So we need like every single one of them has to be on job. And Jay's point about Archie Gray is actually a good point, because if we're gonna have a situation where the only thing that Saar and Gallagher are going to do is break up play, You might as well just put Gray in that
as a fullback and let him invert.
As a right, what's it called, centre back, and put Paulinho in that middle to break up anything that he sees, and then give the ball to Xavi so that we can then progress the ball. Because if not, bro, we are toast. If they win that midfield battle, we are toast. I'm telling you now, because it doesn't matter. We are not going to get the ball.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem. I think Xavi dropping in can definitely help with some of the problems that we're going to face. The only thing for me is whenever we see Xavi drop in, is that question is, where are the runners and how good are the runners? Because, you know, especially it's with it going to be a new system. Are they going to run at the right triggers? You know, are they going to notice the triggers of when they need to run? Is Jed Spence going to be on the left-hand side where you're going to be limiting his forward game, or is he going to be on the right, or is it going to be Porro? Like, how is that setup going to be? That's some of the questions I have, because, you know, Xavi Simons dropping in deep is great. But some of the biggest problems we had early on in the season is, you know, just Xavi Simons dropping in and you've only got Richarlison in front of him. Richarlison doesn't necessarily make great runs. Solanke will definitely help with that. He's even in the last couple games, you see the midfield, the attack and midfield connection improve because Solanke will drop in, and he's just a player that helps other players around him. He'll take a one touch, hold it up, do a little 1-2, and he brings other players into games. So definitely, you know, I think that could definitely help some of the problems that we're gonna have. But the biggest thing here is just trying to take advantage of Arsenal's weak mentality shift that they've been facing over this last couple of weeks, isn't it? Like that's the biggest thing. Arsenal are in a case now where they're feeling the pressure. That you can see they're being a little weak. It's the last minute goals is getting to them. We need to take advantage of that. You said it right, and I think, you know, all the tactics is great, but what Spurs need to bring is more energy than they brought to any of the other games this season. More heart. You know, Igor Tudor said it in his first interview. Everyone needs to run that extra 1 kilometer. It's because as a team, that's going to be 10 or 15 kilometers across the game. Everyone needs to put in that extra 1. Forget extra 1, extra 5 or 10%, because it's been way too low over these last couple of weeks. And it's understandable. I think all of us are sat here and say, I wouldn't want to play for Thomas Frank. Who wants to play for a manager that tells you we're going to lose some point this season? Or we're only going to play 12 perfect games out of 60? You know, my man's having a 20% perfect ratio. Like
everything was,
I hate that.
Like everything he said was so negative.
I hate him
so much. I don't even want. I try as much as possible not to even talk about Frank, because every single time, literally my mentions are like, you like Ange, that you are biased, and I'm like, bro, I saw it in November. And again, going back to your point that you've just made about Xavi, Jords, when we played that North London derby, right, in the first one, as soon as we got the ball, you could see that Porro and Jed Spence had been told not to run. Yeah. They had been told, because they were static. So every single time Xavi looked up, it was Richie, Pru, and Inshallah. You know what I mean? And it was like, what else? And that's the reason why I feel like listen. With Arsenal, you know, and this is purely just my opinion, I personally think if they don't win the league, it's criminal by Arteta, because he has the best squad in England, in my opinion. When I say squad, I mean from 1 to 25, their squad is the best. So they are going to play well to a certain extent. It's a given, it's a fact. So we need to be able to show. We can't show them too much respect. We need to show some heart. We need to show some bravery. And when we get the ball, I need to see man running like they're being chased. Run up that field so that you can give that opening so that we can actually create. Because if you look at Wolves, if you look at every team that Arsenal has lost point to, it's because they decided, oh, you know what? Actually, F this low block, we are going to be brave now. And that's what we need to do. We are in these North London derbies. Well, the last one at the very least, we were not brave.
No,
yeah, I agree. I said it earlier, G. Take the game to them. Take it. What have we got to lose? What have we honestly got to? We've got nothing to lose. Do you know what I'm saying? This is probably the last real. Obviously, we've got to go to Anfield and Villa Park here. We've got a good record at Villa Park, but this is the last real big. The rest of these games are very winnable games. They're very good. Now we've got TUDOR. If we had Frank in charge, I'd say
But we were going down, mate. If we had Frank in charge, we were going down.
But we've got a new manager now. The rest of these games are very winnable games. Yeah. If there's a game that you turn up for, yeah, and you just go all out, bro. Go all out. It's this one. Come on, give the fans something to believe in again. We pay a lot of money to watch this crap, innit? Give us something.
By the way, I didn't see you at Old Trafford, did it? You are Old Trafford.
Season ticket prices for next season, so they're not going up now. Yeah, which is good because they knew fucking best to do that. Yeah, because we ain't paying extra money to watch us lose 19 games in the season. It's not happening.
They had to, they had to do that. They
knew best.
They knew they weren't even allowed. They weren't even on the agenda.
By the way, guys, quick question. I was hearing that Poro is back. Is that the case?
I think we have to wait a couple weeks, couple hours. We'll wait a couple of hours until the interview that comes out, usually around 1:30. Igor Tudor will do his pre-match press conference, then we'll get the full team news. Because we're seeing all these little reports. Poro's back, Richarlison's back, and some players are back in. But I wouldn't say yes or confirm anything until a couple of hours. Let's wait till Igor Tudor says anything. But no, we're getting to that point of the show. It's time for everyone to do their predictions. What is the score going to be? How is the game going to play out? Going to start off there with Jay. How you feeling for this one? What's the score going to be?
Listen, yesterday I said 2-2 in it. I predicted 2-2, but I've woke up this morning and I'm feeling like Rick Ross right now. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say 2-1 Tottenham. I think we can get the job done over these, man. I'm not saying they won't score. They will score. But man, listen. We are Tottenham Hotspur. Yeah, they don't have you. They when we ask them to show us their European trophy, they go quiet. Yeah, let's remind these man who really run North London, please, bro. So 2-1 Tottenham. Let's go, fam.
I like that. Manny, what are you saying?
Hey, man, same one. Literally, my podcast that I put out. 2-1 Spurs. That's what I said. I said TUDOR has got something for us.
He's
got something for us. I'm telling you, we are literally going to go 1-0 up. They're going to rally, blah blah blah. Try to play all boss man, and then we're gonna hit them with a sucker punch, and then in the last minute they're gonna score one. That's it. I've got a feeling. Martin Luther King. I got a feeling that we are going to do something like this Sunday, man. I'm telling you.
Aye, that's the energy we need to put out there. Martin Luther King had a dream. You had a dream. My dream is Spurs stayed up and Spurs stopped the title run of Arsenal. I had that dream. I've been having that dream. But no, I'll be honest. I ain't got us winning. I'm gonna be real. I've been so down and out with Spurs for too long now. Predicting a Spurs win just seems far-fetched. It don't even seem real to me right now. So I'm gonna have to stay true to myself, and I'm gonna go with a draw. I still think a draw is a huge result, by the way. And for where we've been over these last few months, a huge, especially if it's a good performance like that. For me, this game is all about the performance, because that performance can lead on to wins in the preceding games. And taking that confidence into, we still got a Champions League to play for. Not saying we're gonna win it, but still to go out there and just have a good couple games and win. Go into late. Let's do a run. Let's have a run in the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Bro?
Di Matteo settings. Let's see if something can be done. Because people are saying, actually,
Jords, I need to hop off. My boss is calling. Yeah. So.
In a bit, Manny, man. Say less. Appreciate you taking the time anyway. Have a good one. Big up. Appreciate you. We love that during work, jumping in,
to give us the energy, bro. We love that shit, man. We love that shit. I feel motivated, fam. I'm going to the gym after this.
We do. And look, I'm gonna go 1-1, 2-2. I can't pick between those score lines because I think there might be more than a couple goals, but at the same time, it's gonna be a draw for me. But if it was a good performance, for me, that will be a win in itself. Because sacking Frank was a win. draw and stopping Arsenal from having a real strong run. And you know, being a team, like you said, we made Man City. We took points off City in this title run twice this season. We need to take some points off Arsenal. We need to get it back them sides. So, yeah, man, look, people, that's my prediction. Draw. Throw your predictions in the chat. Let me know what you guys are thinking. We got Chilon with a 3-2. Big up to you. Love the energy. Bun Man with the 1-1. Mr. Udang with the whopping 2-2. If anyone else wants to put their, you know, prediction in the chat, feel free to throw it in there before we head up. But make sure you are liking the video before you head out. I don't know what the likes were on. I can't be asked to check, but I know it's not enough. Yeah, I know it's not enough.
Get them likes up, people, man.
Yeah, let's get those likes up, people. Make sure you're subscribing to Jay from the Cave Live. Yeah, the link is in the title. It's just really not hard to miss. Like, you literally go to the title, you tap the name, it takes you straight over to his channel. Make sure you guys are doing that. Mr. Udang shared a few of the channels in the chat as well. Manny as well, designated Hotspur. Make sure you guys sharing some love to Manny. And yeah, man, look, until next time, people, I will be going live again. We got a preview coming out with an Arsenal fan at some point. I still need to figure out the times. Hooks will not run away. Trust me, I will get hooked at some point. Hooks will be there. He will be there on this channel. Whether it's tonight, whether it's tomorrow morning, I don't know, but it's gonna be around. So the video will be coming at some point. Look out for that. But yeah, man, people. Jay, you going live anytime soon? Anything for them, man, to look out for?
Yeah, I'm going live this evening, hopefully with Northside for North London Derby preview. And yeah, that's the only show I've got coming up until after the game. Bit busy this weekend, and then obviously I'm going to be at the game. Who knows? You might get a match reaction in front of the stadium if there's a great, you know what I'm saying? But
Jay's walking downstairs. He's going to be doing a live. He's going to be outside live.
Yeah, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying? I might even go try find the AFTV lot.
Got a little Stella in the background, you know. Stella.
Yeah, listen, it's a Birra Moretti. You know what I'm saying? It's a Birra Moretti at the Tottenham Stadium. That's how we move it, bougie.
You know what I mean?
Listen, man, catch me at 6:30 live Northside. If not with Northside, I'll be live by myself, just talking anyways. So yeah, you know it's family. Jay from the Cave.
Yeah, make sure you're there, people. And away from that, I think I'll be on Never a Foul in about an hour. So look out for me on Never a Foul. And then yeah, until next time, people. God bless. Goodbye. Have a good day. We'll see you soon, man.